Hey there, so I'm actually making a video tonight. Originally, earlier on this week, I was supposed to do like the Pin Chronicles episode 2. That's with the kitties. But had some issues with my computer, and basically I had to do a lot of packing. So a lot of packed on my books, more of my films are all gone, all packed away. Like the ones that were outside of here, in a cabinet, like my Disney Treasure stuff and my some of my box sets, Wild West, stuff like that. Anyway, today I am on here because I got tagged in a video by a good friend of mine who I don't talk to enough, and that's you can see the picture of him in the background. That's Doc the Metal Freak. Now he has a love of bad movies, or has a quest to watch a lot of really bad movies. Now some I don't think are as bad as he does, but then again, I have a torturous affection for bad films as well. So when I come back, I'm going to answer this. So what I did basically is I didn't think about the answers. I never do. I just wrote down I watched Doc's videos and I wrote down the 14 questions. And I'm going to try not to look at them again until I am actually back on here. And let's hope I don't mess this up too much. Thanks again for watching, and I'm Aaron. You're going to see a link to Doc's channel down below. Doc's and probably a couple other guys as well. I'll be right back, and I wish I had a name for this one. So I just, it's going to be the tag video, the Doc the Metal Freak tag video. I'm not sure what I'm going to call this, but there's Doc, and it's so, it's serious face. Doc's like a big guy, and but like most big guys that I've that I know, Doc's a really nice guy. So, hey there, Doc. It's been way too long. If you haven't checked out Doc's channel, please do. He's really funny, and he really has this kind of laid back attitude that really comes across on like on camera, and it really is him too. Like I've done videos with him, and I've done like live streams as well, and he really is that kind of laid back, chill, kind of cool guy. Family guy, really thinks a lot of his better half. And let's go into the world of the tag video. Be right back. Hey there. So, since I have like tea awaiting me, I'm gonna actually. I'm just gonna take my time with this because it's not like I've got anything else to do tonight. It's kind of quiet. So Doc's face it there and kind of make him feel all like self-conscious and stuff, which I'm sure I wouldn't because he's a YouTuber like me. So let's go. Okay, what do we got here? First film you remember as a kid. First time I ever watched. Okay, I started watching movies when I was really young, and I'm not sure if you want my first theater movie or the first movie that I ever saw. Now, the first movie that I ever remember seeing, not in the theater, but actually seeing, was probably Captain Blood with Earl Flynn. It was on late at kind of later in the night, and it came on a few times. Actually, every time I got the chance after seeing, I fell in love with the movie Captain Blood, and I loved Olivia de Havilland. I thought she was beautiful, and I just thought, like it was such a cool, like it's it's a power movie, it's dashing, and I love swashbuckler films. First movie I saw in theater though, man, like I want to say Texas Chainsaw because that's like something I saw, but I didn't really watch that. I was kind of young, and it's being taken with somebody else. But that I actually kind of remember watching. Oh, man, I don't know. I guess my first theater movie didn't put that big an impression. I know I saw a lot of movies around the same time. I started going to the theater when I was kind of young, but it would probably have been like I think it might have been like a not a big shocker for me though. It was probably like one of the Argento films. They used to show a lot of those in like the in the theater that I went to. It was like a smaller theater, and they didn't get the big movies, so you get like the Argento stuff and like the early Jackie Chan stuff before it became famous, that type of stuff. They show a lot of that. So as far as like a theater movie, it was probably Deep Red actually, because I remember that I handed out posters for it. So yeah, I think it was Deep Red. Which actress did you have a crush on? Well, I had a really big crush on. Well, there's two actresses, and like really, there's a lot, but there's two that kind of stand out. Sybil Danning, I absolutely adored. I had a huge, huge crush on Sybil Danning, and I used to watch this movie when I was younger that had a personal connection to me that I'm not going to explain on here, but it was a movie called Homework, and it's just kind of a teen movie, and it starred Joan Collins, and it related to something in my own personal life as well, and I completely fell in love with Joan Collins right there. She was, when Dynasty came, there's no way in heck I was going to miss that because when she came in the second season, no, I was watching it anyway, and it was awesome. But yeah, Joan Collins and Sybil Danning there. You get two for there. A movie you enjoyed even though you wanted to hate it. Okay. Did I enjoy? I don't know if I ever really wanted to hate a movie. Like basically a movie that I thought I was gonna like, or yeah, this is actually a hard one. See, I'm a I'm a fairly positive guy, and I believe in kind of like paying it forward and karma, and especially when it comes to film. Really, when it comes to film, I'm Canadian. We're way too nice for this type of stuff. Actually, a movie I enjoyed even though I wanted to hate it. Oh, I don't know what movie I wanted to hate. Yeah, I got one actually. It's not a very good movie. Actually, it's pretty freaking bad. Uh, but it really, really, really works. Dark Shadows. I love the TV series Dark Shadows. I love the original series Dark Shadows. I love the reboot series of Dark Shadows. I love the Canadian version of Dark Shadows called Strange Paradise. Check it out, actually. Look it up. You see what I'm talking about. It's pretty cheesy. Uh, but Dark Shadows is a movie I found it was going to be comedic. I saw some previews of it. Johnny Depp was taking it in a way that I didn't want to take it. And I did enjoy it. I had fun with it. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be. Uh, I guess maybe when your expectations are so low, you can enjoy it. I thought the Angelique thing, she did a fun job when they have that like a fight. But I really did like Johnny Depp in it, and Chloe Moretz. Man, I'm gonna forget it now. But I did like that movie, and I really didn't think it's not a good movie. I'm not like saying you got to watch this movie or like this is something you had to see. It's really not a very good movie, but I enjoyed it. There's something about it that I just really enjoyed, and something maybe it's because I did like Dark Shadows, and I could see uh, sort of like I could see homage into it that went past that. And the another movie with the exact same thing is 21 Jump Street. I really, really did not want to see that happen. I grew up on 21 Jump Street. I was a teen when on 21 Jump Street. Those things like spoke to me, but I liked it. And even with the ending where they kill off you know who, uh, I really liked it. So when you went on your first date, what movie did you see? I didn't go on movie dates. Uh, that may seem kind of like odd to right now, but I didn't like, especially theater movie dates. Uh, with my better half, we actually, it wasn't a movie date actually. We went to see a movie together. As way before we started dating, to be honest with you. What was it? It was Alice in Wonderland. No, was that Alice in Wonderland? Uh, yeah, probably. Uh, no, it wasn't Alice. Was it? Probably was. First movie date I ever saw was like actually in a house, and probably if I watched a movie with the first movie I watched with my better half right now, like it wasn't really a date, but it was like kind of a hangout type thing, and we wanted to watch the movies. So she said she liked horror, and she said she liked kind of like the old cheesy Mexican. She said she liked classic horror, like Mexican wrestling type stuff. So I thought, okay. I went to Walmart that day, and there was a new movie by Anchor Bay called WrestleManiac, which I hadn't heard of. So I bought that one, and I already had the movie High Tension, which I really enjoyed. It was a French horror film, and I thought, if she really likes horror, she's probably into like the darker, the when the French New Wave of horror was coming about it. So I figured this is another horror fan. So I got those, and she watched them, and I'm surprised that she saw me. She likes classic horror, like Universal and Hammer, and which is in Mexican. She's been El Santo and stuff like that. Those movies were not great movies to bring on a first meeting, but because I did, and because we watched them together, I thought like she must be really hardcore to the horror. So I started bringing like more intense horror every time that I saw her, because I wanted to I wanted to be cool, I wanted to be impressed. So and apparently like later on she said, I liked hanging with you, so I watched the movies, but after you left I didn't sleep. So that's actually true. Uh, okay, what movie reminds you of time with your family? My kids are growing up, and that's taken a while to get used to. But a movie reminds me of time with your family. I don't know. In all seriousness, does anything stand out? Like as in being like something that reminds me of like being with my being with my family. I had an unusual upbringing. Well, not really unusual. It's probably normal for upbringings nowadays. But from the way that where I sat at it, uh, I saw like stuff like Happy Days and all those shows. So I thought everybody had like kind of a nuclear family, and I grew up with my grandparents. Were super loving. There's an age gap, so like I really admired my pops, and he's not passed on now. He was great. He was a great carpenter, a great man, and he made his mark. He was an amazing carpenter. He built like hospitals, and he built the visitor center, which was an amazing piece of architecture, which he designed. And I wanted to, although I knew it wasn't going to be like a carpenter or an architect, I wanted to do something that was going to leave my mark. Um, what movie reminds me of time with your family? Just a movie I can think of, sort of a horror film. Not in that way. It just reminds me of like time of watching movies with them. But this is really hard. What movie reminds you of time with your family? I probably should like research this stuff. So many movies that kind of hit me. There's movies that remind me of growing up, but movies that remind me of my family, times with my family. I can't take a pass. I got to think of something. I don't want to say Parenthood or anything like that, because that would just be literally like BSing my way out of it. Whew. Will remind you of time with your family. I guess I don't watch a lot of family-ish movies. I did when I was growing up. So I'm just going to look at something here. See if I can remember the name. But what movie reminds me of time with my family? Man, this is hard. Yeah, this is really hard, and I'm actually like looking for a name of a movie here, seeing if it's actually hmm. There's joke ones here like Home Alone and stuff like that, and I could just uh, go on with something like that, but I'm not going to. Looking to see if there's anything I can that actually stands out for me. Uh, yeah, like there's like when people listen movies like Parenthood and Raw Tenenbaums and Tree Grows in Brooklyn, but none of those really kind of speak to me. And in family movies, I'm literally really trying to to think of a movie, and it's rough. I mean, I'm so, do I do a Home Alone? American Beauty now? None of that. Father of the Bride. I'm not there yet. So, movie that reminds me of time with my family. The Aristocats. I'm going with The Aristocats, and it's a movie that we all loved and enjoyed together. And I remember watching it with my kids and my better half. And it's a Disney movie that we all really, really love. And it's actually one of everybody in my family's favorite Disney films. Thomas O'Malley, O'Malley the Alley Cat. So there you go. That was a hard one. What movie upset you or hit you harder than you thought? Well, here's a and guys, I'm a big softie. Uh, Movies and songs can get to me. When I was graduating, we had a safe grad, and there was like an RCMP officer. It's like a police officer here in Canada. So he was retiring, and his last thing that he was doing was situating and setting up, helping us set up and get like sponsors for the very first safe grad done in Newfoundland. We were the first, so we had everything from like prizes, plane tickets to like a lot of like stuff from big place like Hostess and like drink companies like donated stuff. We had like a pool table. It was amazing. It was an incredible evening. So we get to the part where we're doing the speech, and he says, there's a lot of things I could say, and he says it really eloquently. I said, but there's one thing that, as a parent, that still, and as a child, I think that you both should listen to. And he stopped and he took the tape recorder and he pressed play and the song "Father and Son" by Cat Stevens played, and there wasn't a dry eye between the kids or the parents, or in my case, the grandparents. But what movie hit me hard? Whew. Or upset me. Movies upset me. Other movies upset me for some movies upset me for different reasons. I mean, the first time I watched movies like "Spit in Your Grave," that it really affected me, and I thought I didn't wasn't offended. I thought there was something special about it, that I knew at the time that whoever had made this film had felt pain and understood a bit. And later on, when I read up on it, that was the case, that he had come across someone that had happened to, not that exact thing, but where that had been raped and had problems afterwards. So that affected me. But a movie that actually affected me, that like personally like hit me. There's a lot, and I lost my grandfather. So a lot of movies about like that, like parents, and those tend to affect me. I lost my uncle. He was the same age as I was, actually, and yeah, there's a lot of movies about what movie upset me or hit me harder than I thought it would. So, I guess that one I really, Spinning River, really knew. I didn't know. I thought it was more of like a horror film, and I found out what it was. Uh, a movie that hit me harder than I thought it would. The Kid with Charlie Chaplin. That did affect me. That bothered me. The Champ. Kramer versus Kramer. You know, these are pretty like normal straight movies that got to me. What was the first movie you watched without your family? I didn't watch a lot of movies with my grandparents. Like they were older, so I watched most of my movies on my own. Now, when I had my own kids, watching movies was kind of a daily occurrence. We loved film and we watched a lot together. But what movie did you first watch without your family? Without any family at all? As a kid, as a teenager, what movie did I watch first with my family? That I grew up at a time when when it was VHS, and there were stores, and those stores had back adult rooms. Yeah, it was probably something like that. And but like I don't know. Honestly, it was the first movie I remember watching on my own. Like aside from like Captain Blood, that type of thing, that was kind of like different. Was probably Are You Afraid of the Dark? The Darby movie. So there we go with that one. What movie do you watch the most and why? There's a couple that stand out. Obviously, Black Christmas. Black Christmas is one of my favorite movies of all time. It I think it's one of the perfect slasher films. It is the just a perfect example of exploitation, and it just does everything right. It's scary where it needs to be. It's funny where it needs to be. It really captures a sense of Canadiana, and yet it's accessible to people that aren't Canadian. But Black Christmas will have something special to you if you are Canadian. That's it's the way that it's done. It's the way that they set up the search party. It's the winter and just the way that people handle things. Um, it's seeing Andrew Martin from SCTV before SCTV, I guess. There's that's that movie more than anyone else, pretty much. It's one of my favorite movies, if not my favorite movie of all time. All right, what's your favorite non-English language movie? So do you mean like I watched a lot of Giallo, but a lot of those I watched, some of those I watched like kind of like the cheesy dubbing and stuff on there, and I would later go on to watch them like with the subtitles on afterwards. I don't mind subtitles. I don't mind subtitles. Not too bad. But I see like a lot of people like don't like subtitles because they find it takes away from the actual like watching of the film cinematic experience. For me, well, I guess I'm not sure if it's the reason, but where I did a lot of acting growing up, I really love to hear like the actual actors, like the way they emote, and I find that sometimes the dubbing like distracts me. So my favorite non-English language movie. I don't know. I got a lot, and it changes on a daily basis. I'm not going to pick one of the Jallos though, because there's way too many of those to choose from. Like I can pick a general one. If I say Tenebrae and just be done by it, because Tenebrae I just love. I love that movie. Um, Audition was another great one. Oh man, but so many good ones. Let's go with Tenebrae. Yeah, let's do a Jello after all. What TV series has you hooked? Man, I watch a lot of TV. Martin Scorsese recently said that movies, like in a cinema, like in the way that he we know now, is kind of dead, or at least dead at the moment. And I think a lot of the reason for that is because a lot of the really quality stuff that we see now is actually done on television. I think there's been some great stuff, and shows that I loved Hannibal when it was on. That was that was a show that ended way too early. The following, actually, not very many people like. No, there's a few people that started watching it but didn't end up watching it. But that show had me like. I really did like that show. But what TV series has me hooked right now? I'm really liking American Gods. I do recommend that. If you haven't seen it, just read the book too. It's a great book. But American Gods is one. But what has me hooked more than any other show? I don't know. I mean, I would like to say American Horror Story, but that's it's here and there. This season especially. But Game of Thrones. I love Game of Thrones. I don't think that's the show that has me hooked. It's a show that I need to watch all the time, and there's something that it's on the tip of my tongue. Um, God, why didn't I think of Riverdale? Riverdale is my favorite show on television right now. My screensaver at work is a screensaver from Riverdale. I kid you not. And if you wonder uh, if I like the show Riverdale, uh, okay. Yeah, I really like the show Riverdale. Watch it. If you haven't seen Netflix, really check it out. It's one of the best things I've seen in a long time. I love the way it's done. It's got a very Twin Peaksian vibe to it. Very, very Twin Peaksian. What movie do you watch to cheer you up? Horror, actually. Usually a Friday 13th film. I love Friday 13th. I love Halloween. And most of from their franchise, not the Rob Zombie stuff. That's crap. But like the early stuff. I mean, like I like Halloween, like probably Halloween 4, Halloween 2. Halloween of course. But I honestly, to cheer me up, basically, I really like in the horror section. I like Friday 13th. 2 to 4 or 2 to 5 really to watch. Kind of like I almost seem this is one big movie. Uh, and but like if you wanted me to like mention a movie like kind of like actual comedic type movie or funny movie, I liked How I Spent My Summer Vacation, the Tiny Toons. LA to go up, LA to go down. Uh, I really did like that. So there you go, Tiny Toons, How I Spent My Summer Vacation. I really enjoyed that movie. Uh, what movies are you looking forward to this year? I honestly have to look because I don't know what's coming out in 2017. I'm more interested in like what comes out on DVD or Blu-ray. To be totally honest with you, it's interesting to go see movies. So what we got here? A lot of these are probably out. So I still haven't seen John Wick 2, haven't seen Logan, haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy, haven't seen Kong. You can keep, Beauty and the Beast. I'll stick with the cartoon adaptation of that one. I'm looking forward to Dark Tower and Spider-Man. I'm looking forward to those. Blade Runner, I really want to see. Uh, I do not want to see King Arthur. No interest. The Mummy's kind of interesting to me. A Murder on the Orient Express with a Kenneth Branagh as Hercule Poirot. I love Hercule Poirot and that. And I'm not gonna lie to you. Pitch Perfect 3. I'm there. I'll watch it. Those are the ones that interest me right now. So I guess there's more than I realized. What old movie do you want to see remake? I could go on a rant about like not like a remakes, But if I did, I'd be kind of a hypocrite because some of my favorite movies, like The Thing, The Fly, are all remakes. It is a remake. Um, yes, it is. I know there's this kind of like debate going on about like it's not a remake 'cause it was on TV. It's still the same source material. It's kind of a movie. It's a remake. If you did Salem's Lot tomorrow, Salem Lot's been done twice. You'd be remaking it. But what movies? I want to bad movies that didn't like that had potential that didn't do as well. Are kind of the ones I want to see remade. Some horror ones, some slasher ones. Uh, Man, there's so many ones that I'd like to have seen do more. I can't really think of many right now. Uh, there's movies I don't want to see remade, and there's movies I kind of want to see remade just not because I want to see their, but I kind of want to see what people would do with them. A lot of the Giallo stuff, I would probably like to see a remade, like not not completely faithfully, but just I want to see how they do. And it's probably like really, really it's not a good idea. But just because I want to see the way the filmmaking would work, I would like to see how a modern day auteur filmmaker would handle something like Sergio Martino's Torso, which definitely has its sleazer aspects to it. But the last 15 minutes are like a real exercise in tension and suspense, in my opinion. So I would like to see kind of a modern. And there's been movies that have done that type of thing. And obviously, if you've ever seen Torso and you know what I'm talking about, you've known that what it was very novel at the time what they did. But that movie, the way that's been done so many times now, it would be a challenge to actually take that, which almost has become like its own little trope, and do something with it, something different, new, and original. So yeah, maybe Torso, but like as for movies that I don't want to see remade, like no, the movies that I want to see remade, basically most of the horror stuff that came out, I could see them remaking Happy Birthday to Me. It'd be easy to do and actually make it better. I do love that movie, and I would like to see it done with a good cast. So that's important. I would love to see April Fool's Day, a movie I liked. See, wait a minute, they remade that, didn't they? It was horrible. It was really horrible. Uh, let's remake the original April Fool's Day on an island and do it right. And maybe like remake some like movies that probably didn't have as big a budget, but people don't know though. Who done it? That's a movie that wasn't very good, but it could have had potential. So great cover too, by the way. What three films do you think you'll always enjoy watching? Black Christmas is one of them. Let's see. I'll use Black Christmas before, but I'm not going to use that. So Black Christmas is the end. So I'm going to pick three different movies. So three movies that I'll always enjoy watching. Man, I really like documentaries, and I could list like three documentaries right off that basically I could watch and rewatch over and over again. But I'm just going to pick one documentary, and I'm going to go with what's it called? Oh man, the, it's it's killing me. I really should look this up more. Not quite Hollywood. Wild Untold Story about Exploitation. So I really like that one. So and I've watched it many many times. I've I'm gonna pick three movies that I could probably watch over and over again, and that's definitely high on the list. Other movies that I watched. I'm trying to pick different genres. I love the movie. I love like a lot of film noir, but one that I really want to watch over and over again. I watched Narrow Margin a lot when I was and but up here, uh, Strange Shadow of a Doubt. Shadow of a Doubt is one that I really do like. It's my favorite Alfred Hitchcock film. and Teresa Wright, and Joseph Cotton. Incredible. McDonald Carey, of course. So there's two. So Shout It Out, Not Quite Hollywood. And for a third one, there's a lot of movies I can watch over and over again. But I'm trying to see something different. I'm trying to like surprise you guys. But you guys know I watch everything, so it's kind of hard to do. So, I don't know, like With No Knives, Dot. I'm a big fan of the like the Bond films. Really, probably any of the Bond films, except for Quantum of Solace. I really can't watch that. Let's say, yeah, let's do one of the Bond films then. Which one? Okay. On Her Majesty's Secret Service. I really do love that movie. For me, it has all the things I need. It takes away from it takes different aspects than the other Bond films do. And I could easily pick a movie like, say, for instance, kind of one of the cheesy ones, like A View to a Kill, or For Your Eyes Only. Of course, The Spy Who Loved Me. Spy Who Loved Me is classic. But I really did like On Her Majesty's Secret Service. So let's choose that one. And there you go, guys. Apparently, I think I'm supposed to tag people for this. So, Dina DVD, or Dina Games, I'm tagging you for this here video. And I'm probably not going to be typing all these down there because it's a lot to type, and I'll type them down the road. But just go through slow. You'll get them. Lord knows it took long enough to answer them. All right, D&D video. Skinsup's already tagged, so I'm not going to tag him. Though I could, but have to do it twice. No, that's okay. I won't do that to you. What do I want to tag? Let's take Sammy Balagar, tagging you. I don't know who to tag. I really don't. Not today. There's so many great guys. Opie. Tag Opie. And he's really busy, so he's probably not going to do it. He's got like his videos and stuff to do, and I understand I'm not doing it. But a good friend of mine, actually, Logan Toxic. But I will also tag John Steele, Indie Phantom, 4K Cinema HD, which I'm probably going to mess up on the name because his videos, he does some great New York videos. And oh man, there's so many one tag. I'm looking at something. I'm cheating. Movie Cave Dave. I'm not sure if doing a video a bit, but yeah, Movie Cave Dave. Definitely tagging you. You Gonna Rock It. And Vanilla Gorilla Beast. Another great YouTuber out there. So there you go. That's way more people than probably going to respond to it, or probably going to see it. So thank you guys for watching. This has been my movie tag. Thank you so much, Doc, because basically I was in a bit of a funk tonight, and I wasn't quite sure. I've had a hard day. I've had a rough day. Thank you, James Hayes, by the way, for letting me know that Doc had tagged me, because I'm behind on a lot of videos. Things are kind of going, and we're still not quite sure about exactly where we're going to be. I will update you as I know. I have a lot of people to update when I find out. And there's a good friend of mine, Chris from Germany, that I definitely, if you feed the videos, I tag him. So Chris, in the comments down below, you want to put it down there, along with so many great commenters. Any of my fantastic commenters that always comment, feel free. You don't have to make a video. You can just put the answers down there. Anybody that sees this video and just wants to put the answers in there. If you don't want to do a tag video, that's fine. You can just do the answers down below as well. I appreciate that. And thank you guys so much for watching. I am Aaron. I am the movie prof, as they like to call me. And some people don't like to call me, but what do you do? Have a great evening, guys. That tea is not going to drink itself. It needs me for that. It's my job. It's my mission. It's my goal in life. It's time for tea. Hey there, and thanks for staying from after credit sequence. Uh, but I was about to drink tea, and you did kind of interrupt me there. So, you know how much I like tea. Right now, my movie shelves are empty, so I'm. It's been a hectic time for like film watching. So, what am I going to watch tonight? Honestly, I don't know. I've been watching some like I usually put on a podcast. I do like me some like I was redoing the Power History of Power Rangers videos, and I really like the Power Rangers. I'm a big fan, like my son actually. Not as big a fan as my son. He's got a massive collection, which he's hoping to bring over and put on a video to show you guys here. So definitely watch for that. I got some upcoming, hopefully some Pins Chronicles, inshallah, that goes well. Hey, Leroy Green, if you want to put like some comments down below, like with your answers, and do a video, feel free. Thank you guys so much for watching, and it's been an honor and a pleasure. Thank you, Doc. Thank you all. Good evening. And trying to grow the epicness of the beard. If you watch any of my videos when I'm shaved, you know exactly why. The beard stays. Have a great evening, and it really is that time of night. It's time for tea. Delicious tea.